Hello, my lovely soul family. Welcome back to Undefined Life. It's Tash here. So today I'm speaking about a subject which is probably at the core of my message and the core of what I am here to share with my community. I really want to help empower as many of my fellow light workers and starseeds to remember who they really are, to reawaken their divine power and truth, so that they can move through this experience on earth empowered and then jump into their soul mission without regrets, without holding back, because that's the medicine the world needs right now. As many empowered and awake individuals here in form as possible. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a kind of teaching format video. I'm going to be diving into how you create your reality, and I'm going to try and simplify it as much as I can. And the reason I want to share this is because when you understand the mechanics behind reality creation, you become an empowered individual. You realize you are not a victim of any of the experiences in your life, good or bad. You realize you are a creator of those experiences. And that understanding alleviates victimhood. You have to take radical self-responsibility in order to truly embody this knowing. But when you do, it's so fucking empowering, because you realize that your consciousness has the capability to create anything that you can envision, dream, or desire, and make it happen in reality in this world of form, which is exactly what you're here to do. As expressions of source consciousness, as expressions of God consciousness, we are here. I know it seems very heavy on earth at the moment, and it's like, where's the room for fun and play? We're just trying to survive, right, and get by. But we are actually here to expand, to grow, to learn, to be pioneers, right? Every single individual on the planet is unique, has never been expressed in that form again, and will never be expressed in that form again. And that means that every single one of us is a pioneer of consciousness. We are at the forefront of this expanding awareness. Okay, science has proven that the universe is always expanding. The physical universe is always expanding, and that is because consciousness is expanding through us and through the physical reality to re-experience itself in as many different forms over and over and over again. Okay? Our mission is to awaken to that knowledge, to awaken to our truth, which is that we are this consciousness in form. We're not separate from it. We're not less than it. We are it, expressing through these bodies. And when we awaken to that knowledge, we then can come into our full power and start creating from that place and start expanding what is possible here in the physical reality for the good. Okay? So let's dive into how you create your reality. Now, a lot of this work, by the way, before I go into it, is drawing on the work of individuals like Dr. Joe Dispenza, Deepak Chopra, Abraham Hicks. There are lots of teachers out there that speak about the kind of quantum law of attraction aspects of spirituality and the energetics of our experience. I will leave a couple of resources in the description box below if you're interested in learning more about this. I mean, this is just touching on a very deep and, to me, very exhilarating subject. But I'm going to just kind of strip it down to the bare bones today so you have something tangible to go away and work with. So I've got my pad out. Couldn't find my whiteboard, but you know I mean business when I've got my pad and pen out. So let's start. Let's start with all possibility, okay? I want you to take this really beautifully refined line as the field of possibility, the quantum field of possibility. So we're talking about the energetics here, okay? This line represents energy. Energy is everything and is everywhere. We are all energy. This entire world, which appears solid, is in fact energy vibrating to the degree which it appears solid, all right? We are all energy. We are all born from this field of energy. And you could even suggest or infer that God consciousness, creator consciousness, the universe, is also just a force of energy. Okay, so we are all born from this field of potential. This infinite field of potential is around us at all times. Now, I'm going to just break down how your consciousness goes or creates what you experience in the physical form. So this line is the world of energy, also known as waves, right? This is the kind of the waveform. This is energy and waveform, okay? So this is non-physical at this point. And I'm going to just show you how, through your focused attention and consciousness, you create what comes into form. So, how do we take the infinite field of possibilities, which is all things, right? How do we take all of that and how do we create our reality from it? Well, simply put, it's our intention and our focus married with a magnetizing force that is feeling. And when we marry those two things together, we take the infinite field of possibility and we collapse it, or we bring it into the world of form. So it goes from the level of energy and waves into the world of matter and physicality, which is where we are now. So what is intention? Your intentions are your thoughts. The thoughts you think are your intentions. Your feelings are the magnetizing force that draw whatever it is that you are focusing on into form, okay? These two aspects combined create all things. There's a really interesting experiment, I believe it's called the observer effect in quantum physics, and it was an experiment that was conducted that shows how electrons are not actually physically present and do not appear unless there is an observer. So what that experiment was showing was that our focus, our awareness on a certain non-physical aspect, so potential energy, brings it into form. Those electrons appeared, they collapsed from energy into matter when they were observed. Okay, so your consciousness, the thoughts you think, the feelings you feel, the beliefs you hold, your entire embodiment, your frequency, creates and collapses possibilities into the physical world. Okay, so we've got all the possibilities. And then as human beings, we often think repetitive thoughts, right? And those thoughts will often stimulate repetitive feelings within our being. And we create from that place. So that's why so many of us, when we're trying to draw in things like abundance or perhaps a more conscious love experience as opposed to all the old patterns that we've been experiencing, that's why we struggle so much, because we are not creating from a new place of awareness. We're creating from the same thought forms and intentions and feelings, and then we're getting the same experiences over and over and over again. So in order to expand your reality, in order to create more wealth, to experience more love, more health, more joy, more ease, more pleasure, whatever it is that you want to call in, collapse into your physical reality, you have to, Joe Dispenza speaks about this in one of his books, you have to become a new person. You have to become a new version of you. You have to expand beyond your limited thinking, right? And the identification with contracted, low vibration emotions. You have to expand beyond that and to access something that might be new for you to experience, okay? You have to be a pioneer if you want to experience something new in your reality. So, what example can we take? Let's say I want to manifest, I don't know, £10,000, right? If I wanted to, which is, of course, not a bad thing to want to focus our attention on, as light workers, there is nothing wrong with wanting to access abundance. And in fact, I am a firm believer and advocate for us having access to as much wealth and as many material resources as we can, because broke is not woke. And I know that woke and awake are not the same thing, but the essence of that remains, right? There's nothing spiritual about having no money. That's another program. Okay, abundance is in all things and everything. It's just recognizing that and embodying that knowing in form. That's it. So say I want to manifest £10,000. In order to do that, in order to collapse that possibility, because that's one of the many possibilities available to me, right? There's £10,000, there's £1,000,000, there's £1,billion. It all exists in the quantum field, but I'm specifically wanting to manifest £10,000. In order to do that, I will need to focus my thoughts in such a way where I use the tool of my mind and my imagination to visualize, to repeat, to continue to focus my awareness on that £10,000. And I allow that to be a portal that helps me to stimulate certain feelings around that manifestation that then become almost magnetic in drawing it in. So I'm going to give you a little analogy that came through for me this week, which I found really helpful when I was considering how do I express these ideas. I want you to just imagine, just play with me for a moment. You're on the quantum field, right? You could close your eyes if you want to. You are standing on the quantum field of all possibility. Maybe it's just this vast space, right? It's just space. It's all possibility. It's all things. You are standing on this field and you want to call in £10,000 or dollars or whatever. You want to call in more money and you've got a specific amount in mind. There is a process that you must go through. You have your thoughts, right? So that allows you to latch on to the specific desire or dream that allows you to access it. So £10,000. Your intention or your thought is like a fishing line being cast out, okay? And your fishing line, your intention is being cast out into the field of possibility to go and hook your dream and desire, right? So you cast out your line with your thought, I want £10,000, and you keep affirming that. You cast it out into the field of potential. But in order to attract it in, as opposed to it just bobbing there and not moving anywhere closer to or further away from you, you need to bring it in, right? You need to reel it in. And how do you reel it into your physical reality? With your heart. Your heart is a magnet. Your heart has an electromagnetic field. So when your heart is open to receiving, okay, you are able to call in and magnetize what it is that you desire into your reality using this. This is a portal. It's the most powerful tool we have. So you hook onto your £10,000 using your intentions. You cast your line out and hook on. And then you call it in, you bring it into your reality, you magnetize it in using your heart and your feelings. So think about something you really want. Maybe it's more money, a relationship, a family, a home, a job, a lifestyle, a vacation, whatever it is. Imagine it, okay? See it clearly in your mind. You've cast your line out into the field of possibility. You're hooking it in. And now to reel it back in, you need to marry that with a feeling that's going to magnetize it to you. So what does that feel like in your body to have what you desire? When I think about having what I'm desiring, which is more resources to feel safe and secure in my physical reality and to support my soul mission and work here on earth, it fills me with this sense of just unbridled freedom. Like now I'm fully supported to do what I need to do. I don't have to be in survival mode anymore. That fills me with this sense of freedom, with gratitude, with joy, with exhilaration. Okay, and that's the magnet that's going to draw in what we desire into our physical reality. We need to marry those two things. So let's come back to my little diagram for a moment. So our thoughts and our feelings married together help to collapse possibility into a single potentiality that becomes what we experience in the physical world, right? But what will often happen for a lot of people is that they have conflicting desires unconsciously. So say I have the thought consciously in my mind, I want £10,000, yeah? And I cast that line out. I will start withdrawing the line back unconsciously because there is an aspect of me in my subconscious that holds the belief that I'm not worthy of it, or I'm not deserving of it, or it's not safe to have it for some reason. This is a whole other video. So what will happen is I'm not hooking in that £10,000. I'm not able to hook into it with my intentions, because although I'm consciously thinking about, yeah, I want £10,000, there is a conflicting intention, thought, or belief that's saying, no, I don't want it. It's not safe, or I don't deserve it. And so what that looks like with the image that I'm sharing is that we cast the line out with the intention, but then we keep drawing the line back in before we've hooked it, because we are in resistance somewhere in our consciousness, right? And then another way that we resist is that we cast the line out with our intentions, but because there's unconscious resistance, there's a belief somewhere in the body, in the system, that we're not deserving of it, or it's not safe. The feeling, the frequency and the feeling does not align to the desire. So I might think I want £10,000, but then I get this contraction in my body that says I can't have it. And so all of a sudden I'm no longer magnetizing, right? I'm actually contracting. I'm withdrawing from that desire. So I wanted to share this because you have the potential to go from wherever you are right now in your reality. And if you can dream it, you can, if you can desire it, if you can wish it, if you can see it in your mind's eye, you have the potential to collapse it into your physical reality. And as a light worker, it is your divine duty to make sure that you move through your limiting beliefs, your fear-based programming, and anything that stops you having access to what you desire, because your desires are soul guidance. I always say that your desires are your soul's template for personal success. They're not to be quashed or ignored or shut down. Our desires are the thread back to our divine purpose and potential. And the issue that a lot of people have in claiming their desires is that it goes against all of the programming that they've been installed with, right? So for example, abundance, using the example of abundance, so many of us hold scarcity programming or survival programming that says there is never enough, right? This lack consciousness that has been instilled in our consciousness since the moment we came onto this planet for a reason, right? This has been the incessant programming in our society, partly by the agenda, for a reason. It's to keep us stuck and small in survival mode, on the hamster wheel, barely getting by, right? Just trying to survive. And so we're actually never reaching our full potential when we're in that mode. It's not what we came here for. We came here to embody and express our full potential. We do that by accessing our true nature as infinite consciousness. We access that knowing. We embody that frequency of just pure potential. And then we create from that space. I'm going to create a separate video on a download I got maybe 2 weeks ago, which was very clear on how we can be very specific in creating our reality. But it's a whole other video. But I will share that in maybe in my next video, because it's powerful when we start moving through our lives with intention and this knowing. Okay, we become creators, we become our true nature embodied in form, and our true nature is beyond labels. It's beyond our name, our nationality, our gender, our sex, our job, our role as mother, father, brother, blah blah blah. It's beyond all of that. We just are. We are infinite consciousness expressing. For me, it's through the avatar of Natasha, but that's not this body, even this consciousness, the mind consciousness doesn't define who I am. It's just part of the expression of consciousness as Natasha in this life, right? So I hope this was helpful. I hope it wasn't too complex. And if you want to know more about this and you really want to dive into the energetics of this and mechanics of it, I'm going to be taking a group of us through a live guided immersive experience this Sunday, the 12th of June at 6 p.m. British Summer Time, UK time. It's completely free. And I'm going to be marrying the quantum mechanics of infinite consciousness, right, and our true nature, with the experiences in our childhood that block us from being able to embody this knowing. Because there is actually a very fundamental wound that we all hold that is blocking the vast majority of people from being able to access this state of consciousness. When you know it, you can heal it. And when you heal it, miracles happen because you can access who you truly are. So if you're around this Sunday and you're watching this in real time, I'll pop the link in the description box and in the comments. Join me and a group of us. It's going to be really magical and transformative. And if you're watching this at a later date, I'm going to try and make the masterclass available to download for free. So I hope to connect with you live if you're watching this live. And I look forward to jumping on here again really soon to continue with this light worker and starseed empowerment, which is what we need here on Earth right now. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of a suggestion and a little bit of a game. Okay, I want you to, for one day, maybe tomorrow, if you're watching this, you're watching this now. So tomorrow or whenever you have a moment, I want you to move through one entire day, and I want you to feel, sense, imagine, know in your body that you have whatever it is you're currently desiring at the moment already. So for example, let's say it's the £10,000. I want you to move through your entire day as if you already have that. Okay, so I want you to wake up and say, I've got it. It's in the bank already. Okay, I want you to visualize yourself logging into your bank, seeing those numbers there. I want you to access the feeling that that generates in your body. And I want you to continue to move through your day, every experience you have, with that subtle knowing in the background that you have it already. Whatever it is you desire, it's already there. Because although in the physical linear, dimension we're experiencing now, where time appears chronological, in the quantum field of possibility, there is no time, and we are not bound by space. And you have access to that already in the quantum field. There is an aspect of your consciousness that already has it, and way more. Okay, so you're just calling in that aspect of you that already has it into the now moment. And that frequency embodied in the now moment will draw it in, will magnetize it into your reality. So try that exercise. Move through your day, one whole day, where you continuously visualize and allow yourself to feel with gratitude, with joy, with exhilaration, whatever it is you want to call into your physical reality, as though you've already got it. Okay, and see what that does for your frequency. I've been doing this recently, you'll be amazed at how you start receiving just like that. And it might just come through as little trivial things. Today, I was at a cafe and one of the ladies gave me some free banana bread. You know, yesterday, a guy was working on the road outside my house, and he was like from a telecom company or something, and he was so super kind. He was offering to take all of my bags into my home, and he was asking if I needed help with certain things, but it was coming from such a beautiful and genuine place in his heart. It was really, really lovely. So yeah, that's your challenge, and let me know how you get on in the comments, and really dedicate yourself to this. Okay, one whole day. And if you find yourself slipping into cyclical thinking, I don't have it, I don't deserve it, come back to the present moment, neutralize your frequency, and start again. Okay, guys, I look forward to seeing you on Sunday if you're watching this in real time and you can join us. And if not, I'll catch you again really, really soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if this resonates for you. And I'll connect with you again really soon. Take good care.